Hi everyone, it's Nana, Foxy Mama 365. We're back again with the scoop of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Season 4, episode 14, and this one is called Open House and Closed Doors. So let's get into it, but before we do, today's show is being sponsored by Purple and Pink Lashes. I got them on, and the ones I have on are Love Me. They are absolutely gorgeous. Love them. Be sure to check them out. www.purpleandpink.ca. Let's get it moving, okay? Love them. Love me. Yeah. So we'll jump right back into where we stopped last week. Ashley is still at the front door of her dad with her aunt Sheila, who is working with her. So they knock on the door, and surprisingly he opens the door and literally just looks and says nothing. So and Sheila says, "Hi, this is your daughter Ashley." And 5 seconds or so, he literally slams the door. He looks at her and slams the door, and you know, that's pretty much all she's gonna get, you know, which is kind of sad. It was really heart-wrenching, really, for Ashley to be going through this, you know, on camera too. According to the Georgia laws, we didn't see it on camera because Georgia law doesn't allow for, the state doesn't allow for cameras to be on people's property without proper permits, which is what I figured, because I did talk about that last week. I was like, oh, are they just gonna, well, any which ways, the dad is not, you know, wanting to speak, and Ashley's saying she just wants to have a conversation, you know, just acknowledge that I am here, I'm your daughter. Pretty much that's what she's saying. Anyways, her Uncle James is saying, let's get the hell out of here, okay, before we get a gun pointed at us, okay? Let's get off his property, since he doesn't want, you know, he's kind of surprised, you know. It's sad. So they do drive off. Ashley is able to control herself and actually able to drive a little ways away, and they all stop and have a conversation, and her mom is trying to console her, saying that the man is just a mean man, and that he's just not a good person, that it's actually a good thing that he's not in Ashley's life, you know. And I can totally get that, totally, you know. You just don't want that negative energy, you know, around you. So I feel for Ashley. You know, her uncle is like, you know, we're here for you, you know, the guy's just an asshole, pretty much, and then pretty much that's it. So Ashley goes back to the hotel with her mom, and they're having to talk about it, and Ashley's saying, oh, she actually saw him, and for 5 seconds, I don't think it was that long though, but he kind of looked at her, and she actually saw his face. She's talking about her chin and having some, you know, looking like her dad, kind of some resemblance to her dad. So Ashley is like, well, it's a pity, but pretty much that door is closed. And her mom is like, well, you have a good heart, you get that from me, and that's really all that matters, you know. So we'll see. Robin is thinking of going into the trucking business. Good for her. I kind of like that. Nobody would really think of doing that as a woman, so it's kind of something new. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And those things cost like $150 to $200 and something thousand, and I'm like, what? That is some serious house, okay? You can get half a house with that money, okay? So anyways, they decide to jump right in, and it's a Peterbilt truck, and they're going to test ride one of them. Giselle shows up to kind of, you know, see what Robin is up to, and they jump into the green truck, and the green-eyed bandits are moving on, and the man's like, take it easy, girls, just, you know, and Robin's like, woo, toot, toot. I love that. It was really cute. Nice scene. Moving right along, Karen and her sister Bridget are going to be releasing some balloons, and I'm like, okay, Karen, this has pretty much been your storyline the whole season. I get it, you know, you loved your parents and they died a few months apart, but we need more than this. Let it go, okay? Thank gosh. Anyways, they let the balloons off, and it's a sad moment for both of them. Well, it is what it is. Monique is doing a CPR class in her house. So pretty much Monique is like, well, since she faked, you know, having the baby the last time, what if it does actually happen and the baby comes? So she's trying to have a class, and the kids are going to be in on the class along with her husband. And she's saying, okay, let's just, you know, and she's asking the kids to kind of keep it quiet. And I'm thinking, oh, those must be well-mannered kids. And I was like, no such luck. Anything after 15 minutes or 30 minutes, kids under like 6, 5, it's hard to hold their attention, okay, unless they're watching TV or on an iPad, okay. So the kids are running everywhere. They're like sitting, they're climbing everywhere. They're behind. It was just like, and the poor lady that's doing the CPR class is like, but Monique and her husband are like unfazed. Except once in a while, the husband will say, no, don't do that. Get down. Oh, come and sit. And in mind, I'm like, this was really interesting. And I know because as a parent, you're just like, you see, you're like unfazed because you're like used to it. But sometimes we are like, does it upset other people? Usually I don't get bothered with it unless I'm on a plane. But I'm now like a parent. I've done that so many times that I don't even care. Anybody that's upset, good for you. And I remember this story. I remember I was in the hospital once and there was this lady, she had about 3 or 4 kids and they were like everywhere, running all around. I didn't mind. It didn't bother me, but I just noticed that woman didn't even tell the kids to, they were like under the chair. They were like jumping all over her and I felt for her, and then all of a sudden, as she got up, one of the kids now looking for attention, pulls her pants down and I'm like, oh no, he didn't. And I'm like, don't do that to your mom, and guess what happens? The mom actually turns and looks at me and is like, don't talk to my kids. And I'm like, oh, she did not. And I'm like, bitch, really? Any which ways, she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, good for you. And I see that that's where society is right now, where when kids are doing stuff that are not right, you're not allowed to talk to them. You can't chide them. Why? Because they're not your kids. I think that's where society has gotten it all wrong. Because in Africa, it's everybody, we kind of we're not trying to be nosy, but when you see someone doing something wrong, you usually will call the person out and call them to order. So that was my observation. I'm like, okay, bitch, good for you. Any which ways, moving right along, Candace and her mom and her sister are out for lunch, and it's a cute scene. I really like they're wearing matching fours, and of course the mom's own hat is long sleeve, and that is to show you all who paid for those fours. Anyways, but I like the fact that Monique's sister, Candace's sister, excuse me, is not afraid to get their mom together. And I was like, yeah, you go, girl. Candace, you can pick up a thing or two from your sister. And she's like, Mom, respect is a two-way street, okay? It's not just the kids respecting the mom. It's also the mom and, parents respecting kids as well. And I'm like, okay, girl, you got that in. So Ashley tells Michael what happened with her dad. And Michael is sorry for her and sad. But it is what it is. And apparently Michael also has issues with his dad as well. I never knew that. So Michael also hasn't been on speaking terms with his dad as well. Maybe he didn't know his dad as well. So he didn't want Ashley to go through this. And it's a pity. It is what it is. Karen and her fragrance is almost a year after and we're still waiting on the Grand Dame fragrance. Okay, well, we'll see. Robin's celebration. Celebration as in SELL. Okay. So it's taken 8 months to complete. She thought she was going to finish in about 4 months, but it's taking her 8 months. Well, like they say, better late than never. At least she's done it and it looks really nice. So kudos to her. Great job. So she's got her family, her friends, her dad, her mom, her mentor, her husband, and the kids are all there. And she's invited the ladies. Bad idea. So any which ways, Ashley shows up and she take a tour with the Grand Dame. It's nice, and and then of course we're like, who is not here? Candace is not here yet, and Giselle comes in a little later, and right from the door, Monique tries to hug Giselle, and Giselle's like, "Ooh, you're hugging today? Oh, really? Because all this while you've been chiming, Giselle and Monique don't like me. Giselle and Robin don't like me." And good for Monique. Monique is like, really, girl? You come in through the door and you don't even say, let me even take a tour. You don't even spy at what's going on. You just go straight into attack mode. Girl, bye. So Monique says, look, you know what? I can't even be bothered with this bullshit right now. I'm going to sit my ass down. Okay? My 8-month pregnant ass down. So they go sit down. And of course, Giselle says, oh, why do you keep talking about this? And, she's tired of being combative. And truly, that she says, Monique says she's tired of being combative. Isn't Giselle tired of being combative and wanting to fight? And so they ask Ashley that what really happened and how did the conversation, lead to this. And Ashley was just saying, oh, well, it wasn't really negative or positive. Monique was just expressing herself. And Monique is like saying, yeah, this is what I feel. And Giselle is just pretty much looking for anything. She doesn't have a storyline. So this is obviously her little storyline that just dropped from heaven for her. So she's like, well, you know, I don't really care whatever is going on in your life, you know, why do you keep saying we don't? And she's saying, I didn't say you don't like me or that whatever. We're not friends. We're not friends. I'm just saying that you minimize what I go through. For instance, when she's probably talking about when she had the miscarriage. It would have been better if the ladies were more around her. That's probably what she's talking about, and other little things she might have gone through as well. So that's what it is. Any which ways, we're now talking about Candice, and then of course here once again Giselle now throws in, oh, you said you didn't want Ashley in your house, and I'm thinking, what the hell is that to you? You know, why is that important to you, Giselle? Get a proper storyline. This is bullshit, you know. And she's like, Candice told them, and Monique is like, I don't care what Candice told you, and you know, that's really not my business, because I know that you're just like a bird and you're always talking up crap. So what the hell, you know? And I love the fact that Monique stood up for herself. You know, she wasn't going to be bullied by Giselle or anyone else. Poor Robin has to go back and forth and try and see if her guests are comfortable, because at this point the ladies are raising their voices, and she's like, oh my gosh, Giselle, really? You're going to bring this shit right, you know, right here when I'm my place of work? I need this house to sell. Okay, girl? Any which way, Monique is trying to tell her story, and Giselle is trying to counter that. And of course, in walks in Candice, who has carried this tea of Ashley. And Candice comes in and they're like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, and Candice says, and you're like, well, girl, you were telling them that I didn't want Ashley in my house. I'm kind of like, hold up, let's take it back a little. I heard a little birdie told me, Giselle to be exact, actually told me that you were showing my text messages between you and I to Ashley. And Monique is like, yeah, I sure did. Yeah, and I did that because I wanted to, you know, I didn't want the allegation that, oh, I was possibly being, you know, nasty or laughing at her situation. And it was just to kind of prove myself. And I had said it before that I think that even though it wasn't right for for Monique to actually show those text messages, but I think she did it in a bid to be transparent and to clear her name and say, hey, you know, I wasn't laughing, and that's because Candice had said, oh, Monique was also laughing and kicking and ha-haing when Michael's situation and with Ashley was going down. And she was like, no. Well, now they have context, you know, and it was kind of disgusting how Ashley, and I kept saying it, how Ashley quickly ran to tell Giselle and Robin, oh, see, she actually showed me the text messages. Can you imagine? And I'm like, well, good for you, Monique. This is what you get for trying to be trying to be there for Ashley, okay? And of course, Karen now chips in and says, girl, Ashley, at what point was it for you to, you know, take a story that you were told and go run it to the ladies? It just didn't make any sense. And she's like, oh, she just wanted them to talk it out and maybe be friends. And I'm like, how is that your business? Why does that, you know? Ashley, girl, I can see right through you. You were being messy. The only thing is, good thing that this season has been literally on you, so you know how it feels, you know, to take that heat, which was what you did for Karen when Karen was going through the financial situation. So now, Ashley, you're wearing the shoes. How does it fit? So pretty much they're still going back and forth, and Candice is saying, well, no, hold up. So Monique is saying that she's going to have a conversation with the ladies, you know. She had a conversation with the ladies and she's trying to explain and say why it happened, you know. And she's like, I don't care, you know, you and your fairy tale. Pretty much it's just the ladies just going back and forth and trying to figure out why, you know, and Candice, you know, the apology, she's ever going to apologize to Ashley or not, and who gives a hoot. Any which ways, next week looks like Katie is going to be running away, and now we'll probably get some understanding as to why Bravo is not inviting her in for the reunion in a couple of weeks, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to share, be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.